Hey everyone, good morning and welcome back to another Vibes and Frequencies video. My name's Nathan if you happen to be new to the channel here, and I make videos that have to do with the spiritual journey and certain things I'm waking up into and going through. And I've noticed that the community that's kind of developed here over time is full of a lot of other people who are going through similar things, and it's just a nice space, I think, to know we're not alone in this. So I want to let you guys know what today's video is about. That's probably important. Today's video is about a spiritual awakening and finding all of a sudden that you do not fit in. Anxiety and depression are really common things in a spiritual awakening. But I've noticed that something that happens in just people posting stuff online is that people just want to post the best parts of themselves. You can see this all across social media and YouTube and everything. People only tend to share the things that make them seem really awesome and don't want to share this stuff that's kind of the darker parts of them. And, I can kind of understand why, but I can see how this is what our collective society is kind of doing too, with all of its problems, just kind of sweeping them under the rug. And so I'm not going to do that. I don't like that, and the truth is that I'm going through some serious shit right now, and I just want to share it with you guys, because I think it's valuable, to be honest, personally. This is something I've come to. I think it's good to be honest with ourselves. I've met a lot of people who've had different opinions, though, since this realization, so. So the first thing I want to say is, I'm going through a really big part of my spiritual awakening right now. Hold on one second, I'm going to clean this lens. Looks a little bit foggy. So I've been going through this big spiritual awakening, and my spiritual awakening has been going on for almost the last 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, but there's been different segments of it, and I've noticed that it kind of comes in waves. There's this huge wave of transformation that comes in. I have some realizations. I always end up having something that it's time to let go of and surrender. Sorry for the plane coming in. We're in Los Angeles at my parents' house right now, so there's not much pretty quiet places I can take you guys to for my duration of my stay here. Apologies. I've noticed that there's these big waves that come in of this, it's time to let go and surrender something, realizing that something's not really resonant of who you are and letting it fall out of your life. And then it seems like the universe kind of gives us a break for a little while and then comes in all of a sudden with another huge wave. And this is just what I've noticed. And 2 days ago, I made a video all about that. I'll tag that in the description for you guys if you're interested to hear about these waves of transformation and how they might manifest. But in this video, I just genuinely, that's what I really wanted to say, genuinely. I genuinely want to talk about the anxiety and depression that comes along with this process, because it's real, and there's this thing that goes along in the spiritual community called spiritual bypassing, where certain parts of ourselves come up, and it's intense, and they're not necessarily the prettiest thing, and so what we do is we just pretend like it's not there, and we do this thing where we only want to look at the good and pretend that the bad's not there, right? And this is spiritual bypassing. I have a whole video about how to do shadow work and healing past traumas without spiritual bypassing and what that process looks like. I'll tag that below for you guys too. So right now I've been going through a lot. Everybody's spiritual journey may find them having different things falling out of their lives. Well, some people might have, less of that. For me, what's going on is everything that I've dedicated myself to and been creating myself to be, basically all of my time and all of my efforts, has suddenly stopped resonating, And it's terrifying. It's truly terrifying because I don't know what to do. I'm depressed, I'm anxious. From the second I wake up in the morning, I live in a van, so right now I'm just sleeping in a van in my parents' driveway. But from the second I wake up in the morning, I am just vibrating with anxiety, and I almost feel kind of sick. and I feel this kind of depressed state that almost makes it really hard to do things. Like, it's really hard and takes a lot of effort to come and turn on this camera, for example, you know? It's hard to go on my computer and be doing the things that normally I've been doing this whole time, that suddenly now it's really difficult. And, you know, the truth is that when we're waking up, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I just don't feel like I belong anymore. I don't feel like society has a place for me. I feel like I don't fit in, and I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with myself anymore. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. You know, I don't have the answers, but I know that some of you are probably feeling this too, and I'm willing to share and be honest about it. You know, I think from the day I was born, I don't know why, but I just have this feeling. I have this feeling that I was like this is kind of a strange angle, but we're gonna do it. I had this feeling that I was this perfect being, you know, when I was born. That was me. That was my full perfect being, just boom, plopped into existence. But then all of a sudden I start being told all these things I gotta do with my time. I gotta go spend all of my golden years sitting in a classroom being taught how to think and what's important and what isn't. You know, I wasn't given a chance to decide those things for myself. I wasn't able to just walk out into the world and experience things and allow myself to be who I am. You know, I was sat in this room and essentially programmed with all of this stuff, and trained to be a hamster on a wheel to the man who runs society, you know? And I'm noticing that now that I'm older, and even when you're younger, that the whole precedence of our society of what it is to be human is you go to school, you be trained, you get trained, right? Then you go and you get a job, and you do that for your whole life until you die, so that you can make money. Why? You know, I'm waking up and I don't get it anymore. You know, the honest truth is that it never resonated with me. Let's go for a walk around the block. Yeah. So this is my parents' house. This is their yard. It's a pretty nice place. All right, we'll go this way. In truth, these things never resonated with me. You know, I always kind of was pushing against the system since I was a kid. I would run away from school. You know, I would cry, I would kick, I would scream. I would in high school, I would stand at the gate of my boarding school. Boarding school is basically, it's like a dormitory, so you go and you live there. That's what I did for school. It was a special art school where I went there for theater and for music. So in case anybody hadn't heard that before, exciting fact from my life. And even at this really cool, specially tailored school that had programs and things that were interesting to me, even so, I would stand at the gate and I would dream. I would dream of the day I had the courage to just leave and go be a monk and live in the woods. I kid you not. I've been saying this my entire life, just waiting for the day I had the courage to leave and just go be a monk. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. I honestly, the more I'm waking up and the more I'm looking around me and I'm seeing all these things, and it's like I can't even resonate with people here anymore, you know? I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I woke up and I know it's funny. I'm not calling anybody out. It's just something funny to mention. Most people here think that I'm crazy. To me, though, all of a sudden I've woken up into some kind of semblance of sanity, and everybody's nuts and thinking they got to do all these things that don't make sense to me. Now, at the end of the day, there is no right or wrong. So I'm certainly, I really am not considering anybody here to be crazy at all. It's just a difference of choice. And I guess this is kind of what I'm experiencing is waking up to the fact that I do have a choice, and I always have had a choice this entire time. I could have been doing whatever I wanted, but with my choice, I chose to surrender myself to the system that is trying to tell me what it means to be a human and what I have to do. And so that's what I did with my choice. I surrendered my power. And I feel like, to be perfectly honest, you know, I'm not trying to be morbid. I'm not trying to bring anybody's day down. But again, I notice everybody wants to share all the good stuff. You know, all the things that make them seem like they've got it all together and like they're a guru or something. No one wants to share the stuff that is really there also. And yeah, I apologize. I kind of forgot where I was going with that. I just woke up. My mind's kind of funny in the morning. You know, the point is that I don't fit in. I don't know what to do. You know, it seems like everything's tailored towards I need to, for some reason, go make money. I need to create a name for myself. I need to become a famous person on YouTube. You know, all these things that are just so silly. Because I'm looking around and I'm really realizing for the first time in my life that I'm alive. That I'm alive and I'm here. And I've got all these beautiful people in my life that I would really love to be able to just spend time with and have a meal and play some games and go camping and play music and make art, you know? But there's no time for that because we've got to be slaves to making money and going to work. And I just don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. And anytime I try to just be really intellectual about it and not seeing it through my own perspective and opinion about it, you know, so being fair, not judging it, I still can't understand it. I don't get it. It is a system that literally makes no sense, and it seems like it's a joke to me all of a sudden. Because we've got all this stuff here. We've got all this abundance. We've got everything we need. We've got us, we're here, we're alive. We've got each other, and we've got this magical love and the ability to be compassionate towards one another and share our stories and experiences. But everybody's just on this wheel. And, you know, the truth is that I'm scared right now because I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to make money because I'm waking up to the fact that who I really am, genuinely in a full state of surrender, I'm someone that just wants to play music and hang out with my friends, you know? And I'm starting to see that there's nothing wrong with that. But in my situation currently, let's keep going this way. In my situation currently, you know, you can't make money from being a musician. It doesn't work anymore because, you know, they came out with all these free music streaming services. Think about it. When was the last time you actually bought one of your favorite musicians or artists' albums? You probably haven't ever. And that's not your fault, you know, it's just the evolution of how things have been. So to be a musician and make music, you can't make money from that anymore. It doesn't work. You make money because you are a famous person and big companies pay you and sponsor you to wear their clothes and program your fans to think that they need it too, essentially. So I'm just seeing all this like bullshit woven into all these systems, and it just seems like it's all based on manipulating each other and trying to take each other's money. But why? Why is it that collectively in our society, we've given money all of the power? I don't understand what happened. I don't. And the truth is even if we got rid of money, money would still be there because the money that we have today, it's just a symbol for an exchange of energy. So genuinely, when I really look at it, again, outside of my own perspective and the fact that I'm kind of pissed off at all this right now, when I really look at it, I can see that money is not bad. Money is an exchange of energy. There's just something else that's going on with it that I feel is what is kind of gross and toxic to me. And it's that it seems to be what our population is obsessed with. But there's so much here. You know, there's so much here. We have each other. We have so much to give to each other, you know? But how are we going to see any of the other gifts and beauty and magic that's around us when all we're doing is staring obsessively at money? You know, money isn't bad, but there's so much more to life. There's so much more. And I feel like we're missing it, you know? And so honestly, I'm just kind of anxious and depressed because I don't fit in anymore. You know, there are some things you just can't unsee. And I've never really fit in, but I've kind of fully awoken to the fact that I'm not interested in trying to shove myself into this box anymore, you know? I'm not really even interested of trying to figure out how I can make money and still be free doing what is resonant of me, because I just don't care. You know, I'm here and I'm alive and I'm ready to just be me, you know, and I don't know what that's gonna look like, and I'm kind of scared. And I haven't had any examples at all growing up. I don't know anyone that has just stepped out of the system and been courageous enough to just step out and do their own thing and have some kind of evidence to show me that I can do it too. You know, if you guys know any evidence like this, or anybody that's done this, or a book or something, please let me know below. I would love some assistance in this confidence I'm looking here. But the truth is that I feel that I have to be the one to have the courage to go out and do this, and just trust that it's all gonna be okay. That I can really just leave this whole thing behind that doesn't resonate with me and just go be who I am. Because for a long time, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but what I was honestly feeling for the longest time was that what I wanted to do was build myself into society to be very powerful, you know, have a lot of money, a lot of wealth, a lot of fame. This was kind of my target. And my reasoning for doing that at the time was because I wanted to help change society. I wanted to help move it in a different direction, because I feel like the direction that it's in right now is incredibly toxic, and we're losing our lives to something that is pointless. You know, it's a joke. There's so much more to us than this. And but the truth is that the more I wake up, because again, these big waves come in, these big old waves of waking up and experiencing new things, it's starting to feel pretty clear to me, at least you know, in my feeling sense that I can feel in my heart, that all of the problems that I've been having in my life have come from feeling the need that I need to change myself and I need to make something different. You see what I'm saying? It seems like the problems that we give to others, like when other people are coming in and kind of like hurting you and are creating pain and suffering in each other's lives, this seems to all come from the place of someone thinking that they need to change someone else. And I kind of see the whole problem of our society in the first place as being a whole collective group of us deciding that it's time to change, optimize, you know, the planet and the way that we live on it. So it seems to me like all of these problems and this pain and this suffering comes from one place, a place of feeling the need to change things, as in feeling that it's not okay and good right now as it is. So I'm no longer interested in building myself into society to try to change it. You know, it's the same exact insanity, just disguised as spirituality, and it wasn't. It was the same egoic bullshit. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm getting ready to leave, you know? And I don't know what that's gonna look like. I'm kind of terrified. But I'm getting ready to just dip out because I'm done. You know, I feel like I'm waking up to who I am. And it seems that who I am is done. Just blanket statement, who I am is just done with this. I'm tired of living in this. It's, to me, you know, I mean, no offense to anybody else, but to me, it's toxic, it's poisonous, it's trash. And I deserve better. And I know that, you know? I can feel it within me that I deserve better. And I keep feeling these pushes and these nudges by the universe, you know, synchronicity, things like this. It's not just what happens externally, but the way we feel inside when we see that reflection, you know? It's like this whole aha moment, like you know the universe is talking to you. You know. Sorry about that, my camera battery died and all my others were at home, so we just teleported back now. So what I was talking about is the synchronicity, right? You know, all these things are happening that are kind of giving me little nudges and feelings inside of myself intuitively that it's okay, that I really can just go and choose to not be part of this, choose to not try to change it, you know, but just go be me somewhere else, you know, where I am free to be. And I don't know what that's exactly gonna look like. And I'm terrified, you know, but that's the honest truth. I just feel compelled to share the true, raw, unfiltered things I'm going through right now and kind of what I'm feeling. I know that the live streams that I do on the channel here are really awesome space because a lot of you guys have been sharing with me that you know, you're feeling similarly, and that, you know, some of you sounded pretty serious about wanting to come out and join me on this little expedition of just being, and go find somewhere out in the nature to just set up and be. And I realized that there's all these questions that are provoked because of this. You know, how are we going to pay our bills? How are we going to eat? You know, how are we going to build these shelters and things? And I don't know. But it seems like a lot of you guys have had a lot more of those answers and the know-how of making that happen than me. So I'll encourage you guys, if this resonates with you, you know, if you're going through the same thing and you're just feeling kind of done, you know, my aim here is not to inspire anyone to choose to be done. I really don't care what you are doing with your life. Just do what resonates with you. But if you happen to be watching this video and it does resonate, then I encourage you to try to make it to the live streams that happen on this channel, because we are going to be talking in those live streams, all of us together, about how we can make this happen, get everything going, make this plan, and come all together, and where we're going to actually do that. So this is kind of what everything's looking like right now. You know, in my own personal life, I just feel like all I want to do is just play music. I can't stop. I'm like just playing music, playing music, playing music. And right now I'm building out my van too, so that's taking a lot of time. And, you know, I guess what I'm trying to tell you guys is, I know that I make daily videos, but for example, yesterday I didn't post one. I think some of you may notice that happened, that I didn't post one. And I want to let you know that if that ever happens, over the span of these next few weeks, don't worry about me. I'm okay. I'm just really busy, and I got a lot of stuff going on right now, and I'm trying to get the van ready as quick as possible, because I really just do not vibe here. The energy's not really resonating, you know. It's kind of hard to be here. I can tell that, you know, some people here are not resonating with me, and that I'm making some people uncomfortable. So I'm just ready to finish up this van and be on my way again. At that point, I'll definitely keep coming out with the daily videos. For now, I'm doing my best. Again, you know, I'm not really planning anything, just turning on the camera and being genuine. And that's what I got. You know, so much love to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow is Sunday. And tomorrow is one of the longest live streams that happens on the Vibes and Frequencies space. So we're gonna have multiple crystal giveaways in that. And again, if any of this resonates with you and you wanna talk about this stuff, definitely hit up that live chat, because I'm not the only one who's got stuff to say. And that's a good space where hundreds of people are able to be communicating simultaneously and sharing their wisdom too. So much love to you guys. I know that things might be intense right now. They are for me. But we'll be okay. You know, I don't know for sure, but I just got this feeling, you know. All right, guys, I'll see you for the next video.